All right, let me do a quick video because I haven't done these in a while since I had a different YouTube channel. This is Maui Camaro, and it was more when it was a turbo V6 and nitrous V6 and stuff like that. But that was a while ago. But I just want to go over a little bit, and maybe every once in a while when I'm doing some new stuff, I will put on there, and maybe somebody can learn from it. The basics are it's a LQ4, it's a Gen 3, the whole thing's a stock bottom end. It's got to put a ring gap in it. It's got a turbo stage 3 Summit cam with some springs that'll work with it. That's the only thing that's under the motor. Else than that, looked great. When I opened it up, I got it for like 500 bucks, and it was a good motor, and I'm real happy with it. It's got like 120 pound per hour Holley flow matched injectors, Holley EFI, Terminator X, which is great. Love it. VS Racing S480 billet wheel. Can't see it, but it's in there. 125 AR T4. It's probably small. It will be small eventually, but not yet. It's got a Gen 3, I think they are VS Racing wastegates. Works real nice. It's a piston style instead of diaphragms. Couple Mac valves. Control the boost. It has, if you can get it in my garage, is a mess. It's got CO2 on it now with a regulator. Some tubing that comes up here. It works real well. It doesn't leak at all. I can turn it off and it still has pressure 2 days later. If you don't turn the pressure off, I do, because I don't want all the pressure on the Mac valves. I run about 80 psi on it for the control. What else does it have? All the headers and everything. Exhaust, I just did it myself. A lot of this is kind of chucked together off the old V6 stuff I had, but the exhaust is I think they were like 1 7/8 headers, up and outs, off like Amazon. But all the other crossover and wastegate and this 4-inch that comes up, I did all that. I had all the stuff in my house. It's real cheap. It didn't cost anything. I welded it all up. It's got a couple wide bands on it. One's a 4.2 on my older standalone controller, and then the newer one's a 4.9 for the Holley. And that's pretty much what's under the hood. I run an electric water pump. It's actually one of them Power Masters or whatever, Speed Masters, whatever they call them. It works really good. Hasn't leaked yet. Keeps it cool. Does have a nice alternator on it. Everything works the way it should. A couple insides, decent. It's a race car anymore. I used to drive it on the road. We don't anymore. Trying not to ramble on this video because we got in here, you can't really see because I got all my stuff. We were just racing the other day. There's a Terminator X, and then down underneath the dash, if you pull the roll to swing out, you can kind of like lay up in there and look at all the switch. I have all the relays up there, the solid state relays for the bump box, and all the terminal strips and everything is numbered. There's a number on every end of each wire, just like everything's not labeled up here. And that's pretty much the car. We went racing the other day. It did good. I just started racing it. It runs on E85 reflex fuel sensor. I ran it gas for a little while. Now I put E85 in. It's working really well. The only other issues that we have is it spins the tires, so we got to put in some screws. There's already holes in these rims. It has been for years, but I never really spun them before. But it's we were leaving the other day at 9 pounds of boost, and it ran a 130/160 foot, and then blew a coupling off. And then the next pass ran 136, and I noticed that the lines on my rims moved a couple inches, so it's spinning pretty bad, and it's costing me that 60 foot. But that's what we're gonna do. Is we're gonna get the rim screws put in there, and we're also gonna put in a little fancy homemade back pressure gauge that I'm gonna weld into the coupling here. I got some V bands and a crossover piece that you can take out, and I'm gonna weld the coupling in there and put some stainless steel, some 4AN hose, run it over a little bit. Hopefully it cools down in time. It's gonna go through a check valve and a gauge, so it'll like reset the max pressure on each pass, and then you can just blow off what's in between the gauge and the check valve, since I don't have any inputs or outputs left on the Holley. But that's about it. I'm gonna get off the video so I don't bore anybody too much, but as we do things, maybe I'll video it a little bit. I also have to put some new button adapters up here. I tried to use those. They suck. Trying to use it on the steering wheel, this doesn't work very well at all. But I love the steering wheel. I love the quick connect. Most of the stuff I have on here came from Midwest Chassis. The rear end's a Dana X60, and pretty much everything I bought, the double adjustable, Viking shocks, all that stuff came from them. But good supplier. I like their stuff. But that's it for now. I'll do another one of these when we start doing something at the racetrack a little more. When it's not 100 degrees out and we get to make some more passes, I'll maybe do some videos and put them up on there as we get them. All right, we'll see you guys.